हाल चाल। आज हम लोग जो है लाइव आए हैं डिस्कशन करने के लिए अबाउट इंडो यूएस रिलेशनशिप्स। तो मैंने सोचा क्यों ना इसके लिए एक एक्सपर्ट को ही बुलाया जाए, और हमारे साथ इस वक्त जुड़ रहे हैं डॉक्टर सुधीर कुमार चौहान फ्रॉम यूएस शिकागो। ही इज अ क्रिकेट एंथुजियास्ट प्लस ही इज जियोपॉलिटिकल एक्सपर्ट। हेलो सुधीर कुमार जी, कैसे हैं आप?
Thank you, Amit ji. It's my honor to be on your YouTube channel. Thank you so much for inviting me. And मैं आपके श्रोताओं को यहाँ से यूएस की भूमि से नमन करता हूँ।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू आपका बहुत बहुत जुड़ने के लिए। और आप बताइए कैसा चल रहा है अमेरिका में इस वक्त? ट्रंप को लेके लोग कितने उत्साहित हैं या कितने जो हैं वो परेशानी में हैं?
अमित जी, बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन पूछा आपने। As you know, America is a great country and we have a great leader, President Trump. I know the controversies moves around him. That is the second name of President Trump. It's going well in United States of America, but there are some hiccups uh, regarding the geopolitical era of President Trump's policy, especially tariff, trade, trade policies. So we are going to discuss those as we go along.
तो वैसे आपको क्या लगता है कि इंडिया के बारे में स्पेशली जो है ट्रंप के क्या पॉइंट ऑफ व्यूज है? क्यों वो एक सडनली जो है सनम बेवफा की तरह जो है वो इंडिया को देखने लग गया है? मोदी से उसको क्या प्रॉब्लम हो गई है?
अमित जी, मोदी से प्रेसिडेंट ट्रम्प की जो इक्वेशन है वो बहुत ही अच्छी है, बहुत अच्छे फ्रेंडली टर्म्स हैं। लेकिन प्रेसिडेंट ट्रम्प टर्न्स एंड आई थिंक इट्स नॉट हेल्दी फॉर द जियोपॉलिटिक्स. India and United States have a very cordial relationship for last 20 years. लेकिन पिछले 2-3 महीने में जो 20 साल की जो मेहनत है यूएस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन एंड इंडियन एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, उसके रिश्ते निरंतर खराब होते जा रहे हैं। लेकिन अभी आपने अगर न्यूज़ पे ध्यान दिया होगा, पिछले 3-4 दिन से प्रेसिडेंट ट्रम्प थोड़े से नरम पड़ते हुए नज़र आ रहे हैं। I think he has to because India की जो geopolitical situation है around the world, India has a voice, especially after being Narendra Modi's entry to the world era.
ट्रू।
I think nobody can ignore India. So I think President Trump इस बात को अच्छे से समझ रहे हैं और आने वाले दिनों में आपको बहुत अच्छी खबर मिलेगी। अमित जी।
ग्रेट, दैट ग्रेट। बट मैंने सुना है कल भी उन्होंने आके जो है बोला है कि हम लोग लगाना नहीं चाहते थे, लेकिन इंडिया के ऊपर जो है बहुत मजबूरी में हमने जाके जो है टैरिफ्स लगाए हैं। अगर इंडिया हमारी बात नहीं मानता तो हम फिर भी उनके ऊपर टैरिफ कंटिन्यू करेंगे। तो शायद इतनी आसानी से मानने वाले नहीं हैं ट्रंप अभी भी।
अमित जी, प्रेसिडेंट ट्रम्प को मानना पड़ेगा क्योंकि एक इंडिया एक वर्ल्ड स्टेज पे एक उभरती हुई कंट्री है, एक रीजनल सुपर पावर है और इंडिया को इग्नोर करके आई ट्रम्प जी को और उनके जो सलाहकार हैं उनको ये समझ आ गया है कि हम इंडिया को इग्नोर नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि अगर चाइना को आपको काउंटर करना है तो इंडिया को उनको अपने पाले में रखना ही
ट्रू,
पड़ेगा.
ट्रू।
So that's one of the reason India has to be a strategic partner of United States of America. अगर इंडिया नहीं है तो उनकी शक्ति जो सुपर पावर है यूनाइटेड स्टेट उनकी शक्ति में कमी आनी लाजमी है. तो इंडिया को आप ना खुश करके वर्ल्ड स्टेज पे सुपर पावर नहीं बन सकते हैं. इंडिया आज ग्लोबल साउथ की एक वॉइस है. अ, इंडिया
बिल्कुल।
की आवाज को आजकल के जो एरा है उसमें सुना जाता है. तो अगर आप ये चाहते हैं कि इंडिया को बुली अराउंड करके उससे बात मनवाएँगे, those days are gone. It used to be 10-15 years ago, but not anymore. Under the leadership of proud Prime Minister Narendra Modi, it's not going to happen.
अच्छा, आप मेरे को एक और चीज़ बताइए कि ये जो व्हाइट्स हैं अमेरिका में, वो क्या अभी भी सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं ट्रम्प को, या वो भी जो है अभी गालियाँ निकाल रहे हैं उसको, ट्रम्प को?
As Amit ji, as per the approval rating, if you can go and Google and you can find out, President Trump's approval rating dropped down to 40%.
ट्रू, ट्रू, ट्रू।
And it used to be close to 60%. And I'm really proud to say from your platform that Narendra Modi is.
ट्रू,
So, what a great leader Narendra Modi is. But you asked me the question about President Trump. President Trump's rating is constantly going down because of his economic policy, because of his immigration policies, because of his I have to be diplomatic to say because I'm calling from um he's little bit he thinks himself first before the country. But Narendra Modi's case, the Narendra Modi puts India first,
ट्रू, ट्रू,
and
ट्रू।
he can have all the personal attacks on himself, Narendra Modi. But unfortunately, President Trump, he cannot have a personal attack on himself. सो द एक लीडर की यही खासियत होती है कि जो अपने ऊपर झेल जाए सारे कष्ट और कीप द
बिल्कुल।
कंट्री फर्स्ट. So going back to President Trump, President Trump's rating is going down constantly because his own MAGA supporter, Make America Great Again, एक उनका एक ग्रुप है, उसमें से ही इतनी वॉइस आने लग गई हैं कि आ, आप ये सोचिए अमित जी, अगर आप इलॉन मस्क के नहीं हो पाए, तो आप
ट्रू,
किसी और
ट्रू, ट्रू, ट्रू।
इज द बेस्ट फ्रेंड ऑफ ट्रम्प, और उसने इतना सपोर्ट किया ट्रम्प को. एट द एंड ऑफ द डे दे हैड ए डिवोर्स, दे
या
फॉल अपार्ट. Yeah, Elon Musk is the richest man on this earth. I mean, he had a great loyalty with President Trump, but due to some reason, they fell apart. So the credibility of Trump is going down day by day because of his own personality, because he doesn't stick to one point. सुबह कुछ होता है, शाम को कुछ होता है और दोपहर को कुछ होता है. So if you want to be a great leader, you have to be very consistent. You have to give a message to your counterpart in a
ट्रू।
very, very positive way. I'm not saying that you don't put your country first. Yes, you do that, but it has to be in a very diplomatic manner, and which I think it's lacking in our President Trump.
हाँ,
Amit.
he looks like a total businessman कि either it's my way or it's highway. It totally looks like that.
Yeah.
इनफैक्ट इंडिया में तो जो है मागा का भी अब मजाक बनने लग गया है. मागा को भी इट इज सेइंग, दे आर सेइंग कि आइदर इट इज मेक अमेरिका गरीब अगेन, और इट इज आई शुडंट से कि मेक अमेरिका इन गटर अगेन. तो इस तरीके का भी मजाक उनमें लग गया है इंडिया में कि वो इस हालत में लेके जाके छोड़ेगा अमेरिका को जो है. और
This, yeah, I don't agree with this notion. Yes, मजाक उड़ाने वाले तो मजाक उड़ाएंगे ही. There's a lot of memes around going around. So, but yeah, I agree to a certain extent that President Trump has to come should be surrounded by a great advisor. But I think one of his advisor is what's his name, Peter Navarro. He's a senior
या
counselor on trade issue. He coming up constantly very rash behavior on Twitter and the social media, criticizing India and India, and and because of those reasons, I think India's and United States of America's relations are spoiling.
ट्रू,
And
ट्रू.
I think it's the strategy on a U.S. administration that his advisor is constantly attacking Narendra Modi and India. But if you notice, Amitji, President Trump himself, he didn't criticize Narendra Modi. He always say that Narendra Modi is the greatest. Narendra Modi is a great leader. and Narendra Modi is a great friend of mine. So I think it's a strategy on his administration how to put pressure on India. At one token, he's saying he's a great leader, he's a great negotiator. On the other side, उसके जो अपने सलाहकार हैं, they keep on attacking India. It's a pressure strategy, and I think India is taking it very well. It's been last 3 4 months. Our negotiating team, they're doing so well. Our
True.
honorable minister, Vanijya Mantralaya ke jo Piyush Goyal hai,
Yeah,
is
commerce ministry.
he, he's taking it very beautifully. I think the future, these relation is not going to spoil. This is my prediction. But there may be some hiccups on the road. But if you look at the broader picture, at the end of the day, United States of America and India will come on a common path.
Oh, that's good. That's good. अच्छा, बिकॉज ऑफ दीज ट्रम्प पॉलिसीज, दीज ट्रेड वॉर, और वो जो इतना 50% इंडिया पे लगा रहा है या सब सब देशों पे लगा रहा है, तो उसकी वजह से जो यूएसए में इन्फ्लेशन होने वाली है उसको कैसे कर्व करने की सोच रहे हैं हम लोग?
Amiji, putting tariff on another country, it's so easy to say. But at the end of the day, when you put tariff on another country, then the consumer here in United States, it will come out from their pocket. So
या
yeah, if you put tariff, for example, if you put tariff on India on certain goods, those goods will arrive in United States. Yes, that goods will be expensive because of the tariff, and who will bear the cost?
द कंज्यूमर ऑफ यूएसए,
The consumer
consumer of
of
consumer.
USA. It doesn't mean that India won't get a partial burden because of this. The goods will be expensive coming to the United States because of the tariff. But the thing is, in this era, just like our honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji said, कि आपदा में ही अपॉर्चुनिटी को ढूंढो.
अवसर, आपदा में
So,
अवसर, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
yeah, I think it's a blessing to our country that we are going in a multipolar world. We are trying to find a trading partner across the world. We don't want to put all the eggs in one basket. Yeah, and if you see uh, Narendra Modi's administration, they started looking towards different countries to do a trade. So India is not going to come under pressure. If you notice recently on GST, he dropped the
Yeah,
tax. That is one of the reason. I think I know election is one thing, but simplify the GST is the another thing. But
true, true,
the
true.
third thing is that because of this tariff, what Narendra Modi did, he wants all Indians to consume your own good, make local for vocal,
Yeah,
yeah. So I think he's a visionary leader. He know how to handle the situation, and he's doing it very well. Amit,
yeah. Thanks to Narendra Modi and thanks to God that we are born in this era of Narendra Modi.
thank you
अच्छा,
indeed.
या वन मोर थिंग, टोटल जो डेट है यूएसए का, दैट इज समवेयर अराउंड 35 ट्रिलियंस। हाउ दे आर गोइंग टू काउंटर इट? उसमें मैंने सुना है कि शायद दे आर प्रमोटिंग सम स्टेबल कॉइन्स एंड सम बिटकॉइंस आल्सो टू गेट दैट डेट डाउन। हाउ दे आर अप्रोचिंग इट?
Actually, that's the part of the strategy that Trump administration took to put tariff on the other countries. Yeah. So that's one of the thing, and another thing, some social programs we give across the United States for the underprivileged people. There, he's cutting funds in that regard. Uh, yes, no doubt he's working hard to cut the deficit, but deficit is too big of a deficit. It's very hard to control. And the way he's controlling, I think it's counterproductive in my view. If you put a tariff on certain country, you have to equate the personal relationship with that country. Yeah. I know the reciprocal tariff is good. You put 80%, I'll put 80% on you. But US administration forgot that not everything all about reciprocal. When you do reciprocal means you have to equate the personal relationship with that country. You have to count that this country is my strategic partner. This country is going to give me in a long run lot of things in so many ways. So going back to your question that uh, for your information, it's $37.47 trillion deficit. It's very hard to control. Uh, in the last balanced budget we had, I believe it was in 1990s, and when President Clinton was there, we were able to balance the budget. But after that, we are constantly going in deficit. So yes, President Trump is trying to reduce spending and increase the profit, but there is a tough road ahead. Then, because of these reasons, Amitji, because of these reasons, I think in the coming days we are going to face a lot of problems, and we may not be able to hold the status of superpower. Yes,
True.
unless we really get very, very serious on these issues.
Uh, I think I will suggest Trump two, three ways to get back their debt down. Either by withdrawing from all the wars that are happening, stop helping Ukraine, stop helping Israel, stop helping Pakistan against India. So in that way, there might be a debt reduction. One thing is that, and plus second, they are building Bitcoin reserve and some stable coins reserves also. That can also help in future by getting their debt down. But
Amiji, yes, I agree with you to a certain extent. Well, but what happened when you are a big brother of the whole world? You are the boss. You have to fulfill the need of different countries in order to stay as a superpower. You look at the example of India in the recent days. We're trying to make our neighbors happy. Look at the Bangladesh. Look at Sri Lanka. When Sri Lanka was in a deep, deep trouble, we
yeah,
came. We gave them billions of dollars. Look at the Maldives. There was a Maldives was totally hats off the diplomacy of Jashankarji and our foreign policy. We got back Maldives in our camp. At one point, they were saying, the one time they saying, go back, India. There was a slogan, India hatao. Now the Maldivian president coming to Narendra Modi and say, yes, sir, what we can do for you. So, in order to make the certain country happy, we have to give something to have something. So going back to the deficit, yes, you're right. We can cut some funds to the different countries, but that may be a little bit of counterproductive because in the United Nations we need the support of these countries, and also we need a little cloud behind you. Like, for example, you are in a neighborhood. If you want to a big boss in the neighborhood or a big, so you have to have a certain people rally behind you. Hey, Amici is calling, let's go. So that's what it is. So yes, that is true. We can put tariff, but it has to be selective tariff in order to reduce the burden on American Treasury. That's one of them. We can shut down some of the charitable programs. We spend billions of dollars to help the people. We can do that, but everything should be in moderation.
True, true, true. Acha, one more thing, is there any pressure on GE that they are not delivering engines to us for our Tejas fighter plane? Do you think there is pressure from Trump administration or for so-called deep state?
I have to be very diplomatic to answer this question.
True, true, true.
Yes, yes. I'm not gonna say, but there's in the media there news that there's some pressure from the American administrator and not to deliver the GE engines for Tejas aircraft on time. But that could be one of the reason. But the main reason is the chain supply, Amitji. After the COVID, the whole world order is messed up. They are not able to do the production like they used to. That's one reason. And another reason, Amitji, that the the engine that we asked that was a already faded. Like now, the new generation engine is coming. So GE is focusing on that, and there's a also uh, also I would say there's a little bit of pressure because of the relationship between India and United States of America. Even though we have signed the deal, but delaying in the engine is hampering our progress,
True.
especially our air supremacy in that. But having said that, Amit, we have to be Atmanirbhar. We don't have the technology to make the engines. We have to procure that technology very soon. If we don't do that, we cannot achieve title of the superpower. And I think the Modi government is working very, very hard. DRDO, Hindustan, Hindustan Aeronauticals, they are working very, very hard to develop the indigenous टेक्नोलॉजी कि अपने देश में अपना माल और अपने टैलेंट से बनाया जाए तो हमारे जो बड़े बड़े इंस्टीट्यूशंस हैं जैसे लाइक आईआईटी all the IIT institution we Indian government is uh, heavily investing in them to the talent and they're preventing the talent not to go out of the country. So in the coming years, Amiji, you will see that we will have our own indigenous engine, and we will.
Sir, but our problem is that we have already built around 26 pages with the frame of exhaust fan frame of this G engine. So we can't change the whole process. We can't scrap that Tejas in whole prototype. That is our biggest problem कि जो हम 26 बना चुके हैं उसका अब हम लोग क्या करेंगे और 114 का ऑलरेडी वी हैव गिवन द ऑर्डर. So that will remain our problem, say, for next 10 years. Though GE has promised us to give, I think, 6 engines or 4 engines for every 2 months. But this will remain our problem.
अमित जी थोड़ा सा धैर्य रखें गाड़ी लाइन पे आएगी अभी थोड़ा रिलेशन थोड़े बम्पीज हैं आई थिंक ये आने वाले टाइम में रिलेशन अच्छी होंगे और शीघ्र ही आपको इंजन की डिलीवरी होनी शुरू होगी लेकिन जैसा कि अभी जो जियोपॉलिटिकल माहौल है आप इसमें तो भूल जाइए कि कोई इंजन आने वाले हैं लेकिन इस चीज से हमें एक बात जो सीखने की जो जरूरत ये है कि हमें किसी के ऊपर डिपेंडेंट नहीं होना
नहीं
है
है. True, true.
पिछले 10-15 वर्ष में बहुत अच्छी प्रोग्रेस हुई है लेकिन हमें बहुत अच्छे से प्रोग्रेस करनी है हमें अपने इंजन अपनी टेक्नोलॉजी डेवलप करनी है ताकि हम किसी के ऊपर निर्भर ना हो So, answer to your question, yes, there is a definitely delay in GE engine for Tejas. एंड हमारे जो चीफ एयर मार्शल हैं उन्होंने भी इस बात को उठाया था पिछले 5-6 महीने में, इफ आई रिमेम्बर करेक्टली, that we are very very behind in our air power. If we want to be a superpower in the region, and if we want to counter China and Pakistan in particular, we have to have a supremacy in air power. So जैसे ही रिश्ते अच्छे होते हैं, I think we will start getting GE engine.
अच्छा सर, ये आपको इस बारे में क्या कहना है कि ये जो फ्रांस में अभी जो है वहाँ के प्रेसिडेंट ने रिज़ाइन किया, नेपाल में जो हुआ, जापान के प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने रिज़ाइन किया, तो इज़ यूएस इज़ डूइंग इट और एंड यूएस इज़ डूइंग इट बिकॉज़ दे आर विद इंडिया और बिकॉज़ दे आर विद चाइना? Whether they are doing it, US is doing it or not. And second question is, if they are doing it because they are an ally with China or India.
अमित जी, मुझे मालूम है आपका इशारा किस तरफ और कैसे है, लेकिन आई हैव टू आंसर इट। देखिए, मैं नहीं सोचता कि इट्स एनीथिंग रिलेटेड टू द डीप स्टेट ऑफ यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका। मैं ये सोचता हूँ कि इनकी अपनी इंटरनल प्रॉब्लम्स हैं। लेकिन हाँ, नेपाल के मामले में शक इसलिए ज़्यादा जाता है कि रिसेंटली प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी, चाइनीज़ प्रेसिडेंट शी and Russian President Putin. They had a very good chemistry and they met at the SARC सम्मेलन. So उनकी chemistry को देख के थोड़ा अमेरिका बौखलाया. Since Nepal is in the khema of China, तो जो शक की सुई है अमेरिका की तरफ जाती है कि इतनी जल्दी और इतनी तेजी से इंस्टेबिलिटी कैसे आ गई नेपाल में. Lekin one thing is for sure, Amitji, that the government that we had in Nepal, it wasn't friendly towards India.
Yeah,
So
it
it's
was
okay.
totally pro-Chinese.
Yeah. So Prime Minister Oli's government was constantly uh, anti-India and pro-Chinese. In fact, if you remember, if I'm right, uh, when Prime Minister Oli was the president few years back, uh, then he changed the map of the Nepal and he put a lot of territories of India into his map. So he's a totally anti-India. I think that's one thing, good thing happened. Um, uh, as far as the recent turmoil in the neighborhood of India is not healthy for India. If you see Bangladesh, look what happened last year. If our neighbors are unstable, it's really a danger to your
True,
own
true.
country like India. And when Sri Lanka was in turmoil, of course we bailed them out, we helped them out. Now Sri Lanka is a little more stable. Maldives, you can take an example. अपने पड़ोसी जो बैठा है, जो हाथ में कटोरा लेके, उसकी तो आप बात भूल जाओ. Is always unstable, you know. Unstable neighborhood is not a good sign for a developing economy like India. So आपका जो इशारा है कि डीप स्टेट की तरफ, मैं इस न्यूज़ को वेरीफाई नहीं कर सकता, लेकिन these countries have their own internal problems. Look at Nepal. The Janzis are on the road just because there's a lot of corruption in Nepal. All the Nepo childs, they are in different countries having a good education. Most of them
Yeah.
in the United States of America. They're enjoying a life. They're putting their status on the Facebook and the social media. They're enjoying vacations here and there. And at the on the other side, the almost the 40% of Janjis, they are the youth. They're unemployed. So according to the data, I think 1 in 4 is unemployed in Nepal. So these changes have very, I mean, They were mad, and they were really unhappy with the government, especially with the Oli government. And they came out on the street, and unfortunately, 19 people died, and that it intensified again. So the things went in a wrong direction. So this is the Nepal story, and I hope in near future we have a very stable and a good government. And if you know, Mr. Modi sent a tweet to the Nepalese that we want a
Yeah.
stable Nepal. So that's a very good sign. And if you notice on the social media, the Nepalese says we need a leader like Narendra
Like
Modi. We
true,
need
true.
a leader like Narendra Modi. So if you see all those things, many countries talk about this. In the world platform, Narendra Modi's rating is 70%. Can you imagine? None of the leader is close to Narendra Modi. He's not influential in his own country, but he's very, very influential around the
True,
world.
true.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
hope I answered your question regarding the turmoil in the neighborhood, Nepal, all the other countries. And as far as Japan is concerned, I think Japan Prime Minister constantly losing the majority in the House. So he had to give up his position. As far as Qatar has the biggest U.S. military, military like army base in the United States in Qatar,
Yeah.
and Israel attacked Qatar. I think that's not a good sign because Israel is a close friend of America, and because of this reason, uh, Prime Minister Netanyahu and Trump had the eating exchange. They should not have had the strike on Qatar. But I think these things will be sorted out soon. Uh, I know President Trump is trying to solve the world problem, but how the world sees, none of the problem is being solved except very few. So in coming days, a lot to see in the coming days.
But do you think that it was a Noora Kushti between Israel and Qatar, or even forsake Iran? Maybe Trump has told Israel that you attack on these countries, I will sell my arms and ammunitions to these countries. That might be a possibility.
Amiji, I wouldn't say that. I mean, there's a long problem going on in the Middle East. Is Israel? It's a like many decades the problem between Israel and the Arab nation going on. I don't think that's the intent, but one thing I can tell for sure: any war happen around the globe, look who benefits.
The arms
United
lobby.
United States of America. So if the wars are keep happening, and the United States of America will be keep benefiting monetarily, and getting rich and rich. All the big arm and ammunition companies in the States of America, they supply the weapons to these countries. So there may be, but I cannot confirm that news that United States of America trying to instigate the war around the world.
True,
But
true.
I think you probably got the answer in between the
Yeah.
lines.
Our smiles can answer that.
Yes.
Okay, there one more point. What is happening to H-1B's visa being issued to Indian peoples?
Amidji, the Indian visa to the United States is the highest compared to any other country. You will be shocked at how many H1B visa we get. 71%. Can you imagine?
For the whole
Yes,
world,
for the whole world.
of the whole world.
So you can say, you can interpret this in many ways. One way to interpret, which I'm very proud of, that Indian talent is a really good talent around the world. And the number one factor is that Indians can speak English as well. I don't. I think Chinese also have a good talent, but the problem is that the they don't promote English that well compared to India. So I think one of the factor is that Indian talent is the best in the whole world. Number two, they speak good English. Number three, the great relation between the two countries. If you look at the top CEOs, top 10, Amici, you can Google it. You will
Yeah,
find four or five, 40 to 50% CEOs from Indian origin. It's a really, really, really proud thing for India.
even
71, yeah. But
even NASA has 60% of Indian brain.
yes, yes, yeah. So, having said that, we have to stop this brain to go out of the country, but at the same time, we have too much of a talent. Even if some of the uh, talent filter through to other country, it will make some difference to India, but not huge impact. But at the same time, the Indian government have to come up with the policies to stop this talent to go away from our own country. And recently, Modi government has done it very beautifully. He funded so many startups, and these startups, these brainies, these young talent from IIT and young medical professional, they're doing a lot of research and they're contributing to the Indian economy. They're contributing to the Indian well-being to make India great. And Prime Minister's vision 2047, India to be the developed country. I think they're working hard in that direction. So going back to your visa, H-1B visa, yes, recently there are some hiccups because of the relation between the United States of America and India, but still it's the highest among all the country in the world.
Is it going to come down or it will remain the same?
I doubt it, Amici, because yes, President Trump wants to bring this numbers down, but the great CEOs of these countries, they also run this country like Mr. Nadella from Indian origin and Musk and there's so many other CEOs. Their company have a very negative effect if we cut down the visas, especially Indian visas, because they are the very top talent, and it's hard to find a talent in America. So on papers, it's very hard to say that they are going to cut down the visas. There may be a small percentage, but they cannot. If they are trying to cut down the H-1B visa, I think we cannot find the talent here in United States of America. So, the short answer is no, Amitji.
That's a great news for all the people who are looking after H1B visas.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Now let's have a look at our Indian politics also. Do you know when this Nepal thing happened? Neither Akhilesh Yadav called for anything, neither Tejasvi Yadav said anything, but Rahul Gandhi was again vocal. He didn't knew that all the Zenjis were there protesting for this nepotism. But it was only Rahul Gandhi who spoke that it can happen in India also. So if that happens in India, it will be against our opposition only, not for our government.
Amitji, I think Rahul ji doesn't know what he really talking about when he made a comment about Nepal. I mean, the uh, whole problem in Nepal was because of the nepotism. And when Rahul talk about Nepo, I think intentionally he doesn't know what came out of his mouth. But he's a Napo child. So is Akhilesh. So
It's
so
just
is Tejasvi. So Tejasvi, at least Tejasvi and Akhilesh, they're smart enough not to open their mouth. But this our Rahul ji, he's very popular. People saying Pappu ji. He always come up with a certain kind of uh, statement, and which traps him. He becomes a victim of his own statement. So that's all I can say on Rahul ji. Yeah.
okay, sir. My last question: what would be your advice to Trump in regards to India?
Well, I'm nobody to advise, but still, as a common man and as a geopolitical expert, my advice to President Trump would be kind to India. India is a strategic partner. India has a global voice. You cannot ignore India on the world stage. Look at the rating of Narendra Modi government. Look at the rating of Narendra Modi. Look at the rating on the world stage. India's rise. Uh, so, Mr. Trump, please have a very light hand on India and let's repair the relationship with India. And if you want, I think India will stand on his own. India know how to defend. And if you want, then we won't shy to go and shake hand with China. But we cannot compromise on Russia. Russia has always been a best friend of India.
True.
And I think there is a saying, one best friend is good enough compared to 100 non-loyal friends.
Yeah.
So we are not going to give our friendship with Russia. So, Mr. President, please wake up, smell the coffee, and be cordial with India because there is a tough negotiator sitting in New Delhi, India, and his name is Narendra Modi. There is a tough leader sitting in India, in New Delhi, and his name is Narendra Modi. So, Mr. Trump, you know who you are dealing with. So, please be kind to India. We have a good relationship.
My suggestion to Trump will be leave Pakistan, break it into four parts, take out Baluchistan, and help India against China. That will be my suggestion to Trump.
Yes, your suggestion is a good suggestion, but Amitji, things doesn't happen overnight. And
Yeah, true.
Pakistan is somebody like a क्या बोलते हैं कि आप नैपकिन होता है नैपकिन को पूछ के
Use it.
साफ करके use it and throw. I think that's all about Pakistan. Everybody is using Pakistan,
I think
and
they are using Pakistan in different way also by using it on their butt
yes, yeah.
and throwing it.
Yes, yes, that's right. And they're throwing in the garbage basket that napkin. That's what Pakistan is. But that's what the sovereign country like India is. Like, if you're a sovereign nation, you have a say that this is the way we are going to run the country. But in Pakistan case, the other countries say this is the way we want you to run the country. So that's the basic difference between India and Pakistan. Of course, going back to Pakistan, breaking into the four province, I agree with that. I totally agree with that, and it's going to happen. But we need the right time. We need the right geopolitical environment. And once it happens, I think Pakistan, we are going to break Pakistan um, when the right time comes. This is probably not the right time. Look at the problems happening in Balochistan. They are the self inflicted wound
Yeah, true.
Pakistan put himself upon themselves, that poor Balochistan, that their All the minerals, all the goods, rare elements, and the gas and energy comes from
Balochis.
Balochistan to this the Punjab province. But people over there, they're so poor, they don't get anything. They are the freedom fighters, and they, look at their population is very handful population, but they can still make a unrest in Pakistan. So look at their bravery. So I think they will. This is my gut feeling. They will succeed. It's a matter of time.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Any more topic you think that I haven't covered? We can have
Uh,
a discussion on that.
Amit, Amitji, that I don't know. I have a lot of topics we can discuss anytime, especially on
Okay.
geopolitics.
So,
That
one last question from my side. Do you really think, or what Americans think, that Trump really called us to stop the war that we had against Pakistan? What American common people thinks?
Amitji, I don't think so. That yes, American administration might a call, but it doesn't call to Indian government. They talk to Narendra Modi, JD Vance call and talk to Narendra Modi. But I don't think that America has a solo 100% influence to stop the war. It was a call placed by Pakistan to America, um, to the big daddy, bachao, bachao, bahut maar pad rahi
True.
hai. So I think their DGMO requested our DGMO, and we being the peaceful nation, we don't want any more aggression. Our goal were achieved. We targeted their military targets. We targeted their terrorist camps. That's all we wanted. We didn't want any more than that. So we achieved our target. Once the call came from Pakistan DGMO to our DGMO, we agreed to stop the war. But I don't think it has anything to do with United States of America.
And what do you think about Sindoor Operations Part 2? Is it going to happen this year or it may get stretched to next year?
Amiji, Sindhu is still on. Sindhi
No.
operation. It hasn't stopped yet. So don't say it's going to be a part two, but you can say this Sindhu when it's going to intensify. You can say in those
Yeah,
terms.
intensify.
Yeah, yeah. Please no disregard to you. Yeah. So it's still in progress. So we are countering Pakistan on many world forum. We are having our diplomatic fights going on around the world. Can you imagine that Pakistan is United Nation current Security Council chair for next 2 years?
2 years, yeah.
Next 2 years. And in spite of having the chair, that our diplomacy is so good that our foreign minister, he can look in eye to eye. He can go to any country and look into their eye and say what he wants to say. Well, you know why he's getting that kind of power? Because he's getting a big push. He knows there's a big boss sitting in New Delhi, India, Narendra Modi. I
True.
can say and I can defend my country the way I want. He clearly said to the European Union, stop this hypocrisy. You talk about Russian oil. You are
Yeah.
getting Russian oil through us. We are the one providing Russian oil to the Europeans. So don't talk that if we are buying the oil from the Russia. What Russia is a long-term strategic partner of India,
India.
is a great friend of ours. When in 1971, when there was a war happened between India and Pakistan, who was there? Only Russia came to
Russia,
rescue.
yeah.
And when the fleet, when the United States of America's army, they just started coming. this way. Prior to that, India finished the operation, you know, and Russia was ready to counter and help India. If America comes, Russia will come to rescue India. So we do trust Russia, and yes, they're offering a cheaper oil to us. It's this is our country. We are a sovereign country. We can buy the oil wherever we want to for the benefits of our own people. Just for your information, after the meeting with President 3 weeks ago in China, 2 or 3, we are getting another 4 to 5% low rate on oil. So I think,
Yeah,
yeah. So we'll keep getting the oil from Russia and let European Union and the West say what they like to say. We will make decision our own, based on our own people's need, based on our own development of India. Having said that, if you notice the negotiation is going between United States of America and India on tariff, State Prime Minister Modi clearly said that we are not going to compromise at the expense of our Machware Bhai, our Krishak, our like Kisan. इनके ऊपर
fisherman.
our dairy इनके ऊपर कोई समझौता नहीं होगा. The reason being that majority of our country, the people they work in the field. We हम उनकी पे लात नहीं मारना चाहते. Yes, we can have a very modern equipment. We can modernize our agriculture sector, but not at the cost of our own मेहनत.
Farmers.
हाँ, जो आज हम दिल्ली में बैठे हैं, बड़े बड़े शहरों में बैठे हैं, उनको वो अन्न पैदा करके खिलाता है. हम उनकी पेट पर लात नहीं मार सकते. We can have a very modern equipment. We can do lot of different things. We can do lot of import from United States of America, but not at the cost of our मछुआरे भाई, हमारे किसान और हमारे डेयरी फार्म से जुड़े हुए जो मेहनती लोग हैं उनकी cost. So there is a clear message. That's a red line. We are not going to negotiate on those terms.
इनफैक्ट जयशंकर जी की मुझे जो सबसे स्ट्रॉन्ग स्टेटमेंट लगी थी दैट वाज व्हेन ही सेड दैट यूरोप मस्ट स्टॉप थिंकिंग अबाउट दैट यूरोप्स प्रॉब्लम इज वर्ल्ड प्रॉब्लम एंड वर्ल्ड प्रॉब्लम इज नॉट यूरोप्स प्रॉब्लम. That was the biggest statement that he had. Plus, Europe, the problem that Europe is having with India, or even US is having with India, that they are buying cheap oil from Russia, and they are doing it the trade in rupee and ruble. They are paying it in rupee and ruble, but they are refining the oil and then selling it to Europe having in dollars. That is their biggest problem of Europe and America. What do you have to say on this?
Yes, Amitji, the great leader, great diplomat, and the great administrator, our Jaishankarji, hats off to him. And this is what called visionary pick by Narendra
True,
Modi.
true.
We don't want somebody in this position who don't know a thing, who just wants to become a foreign minister just to make a foreign trips. No, this is not about Jaishankar.
Yeah.
Jaishankar is truly in a business deal. He's looking out for his country. He's a great negotiator. He's a great diplomat. Since his arrival to the cabinet, many things happened on the world stage. And this is one, and we had many challenges, and we overcome those challenges with the help of Mr. Jaishankar on a world stage. So we love Mr. Jaishankar. But having said that, you said that European Union is accusing India that buying Russian oil for his own benefits. No, I want to tell. what's his name? Miss Wonderline. Yeah, European Union president. I want to say European Union. Um, that if we are buying Russian oil, we are purifying that oil, and you're getting this oil to your own country. Why you're doing that? You can clearly say we don't want this oil. So indirectly, they're getting the energy, all the energy, oil and natural gas from Russia through India, and they are accusing India that not to buy the Russian oil and energy. But if that's the case, why don't they boycott India? Why they're buying refinery gas and oil from India? So I think they're truly hypocrite, in my opinion. The European Union, they have no right to accuse India. India is doing what's right for their own country.
In fact, it was Biden administration who told India to buy oil from Russia and refine it and give it to Europeans. Otherwise, crude oil would have cost $200 per barrel.
Absolutely, you're right. It's the America who insisted they keep doing business with Russia. If you want to put a sanction on Russia, why don't you go through the United Nations and put the sanction on Russia? I mean, if you truly want to do it, you know, but they are not doing it. They are not going through the United Nations, and they are accusing India. What a joke! We are not buying this.
True, true. Okay, sir. One of my last questions. Are you boycotting tomorrow's match of India versus Pakistan, or you are going to sweep?
Amitji, I'm going to boycott this match for tomorrow. I'm a cricket enthusiast. I love, especially to watch the game between India and Pakistan, but this time I'm deliberately boycotting. Look at the martyr, 26 martyr, like in the month of April, they killed innocent brother and sisters. They just call them and they say ki kalma pado or
In
proof
the name
karo.
of the religion, yeah.
In the name of a religion, they killed our brothers. They killed the husband. They killed the किसी के बाप के बेटे को kill किया. They kill in front of a small child, the father. You think it's right? It's not right. As I speak, my blood is boiling. I'm not going to support this match, even though I'm very much eager that I should watch, but I'm going to boycott. And I urge from this platform that, of course, this is your own will, that I think we all should boycott India Pakistan match, at least for now. It's not even a year. Can you imagine when there's a death happen in the family, they don't celebrate Diwali and Holi for 1 year? Can't we do this for the sake of our nation? We should do that. We must do that. We should boycott. Every money collected from this match will go, a partial money will go to in the
Or
pocket of,
PCB, yeah.
and they want to have a match with us. It's a poor nation. एक हाथ में कटोरा, दूसरे हाथ में चाकू. They won't try to put that knife in your back. That kind of nation we are dealing with. I think we should just boycott this match. Look at that. If I remember correctly, there was a Mr. Dwivedi. In they killed him. They asked him to take off his pants just to check that the Muslim
That
बोले
means,
हाँ बोले कि कलमा पढ़ो और उसकी बीवी के सामने उसको बेरहमी से मारा. Is this kind of nation we are dealing with? I think shame on us. We should boycott. Shame on BCCI that they agreed to play. I know it's a multi format.
nation tournament, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. We already banned, our government banned between the two countries. There's not going to be any match. And I do agree that they're different nations. national playing, so we have a compulsion to play in this kind of format. But still, I think we do have a power. Indian government has a power. One phone call can make a big difference. They can stop this match, but I think it's already too late. And all I can say that I heard, Amitji, that every ball in this tournament, one throw, there's about 70 to 75 lakh rupees every ball. So if you count 20 overs, multiply
Yeah,
by six balls and the two innings, you know,
240
we're
balls.
talking about crores of rupees. And those rupees, part of those rupees are going to go in the poor nation, Pakistan. For our nation, it doesn't make any difference. We have a full treasury. We भगवान की दया से बहुत है 600 almost 680 billions dollar in the treasury, but in Pakistan they are only dealing with 7 to 8 billions dollar. Our alone Ambani can bail out the whole country. You know,
True, 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 true.
economy of Maharashtra can eat the whole Pakistan. But what the point I'm trying to make, Amitji, that the money going to come from this, the revenue is going to come, it's not gonna make much difference to Indian economy, but it's gonna make huge difference to
To
broke
Pakistan.
nation like Pakistan. So I urge to your viewers, stop, don't watch this. Thank you,
One of
Amitji.
our viewer, one of our viewer is saying that कल बाप बेटे को हराएगा.
देखिए बाप बाप होता है और बेटा बेटा होता है तो आई मीन आई डोंट वांट टू कमेंट ऑन दैट एंड बट जब बेटा थोड़ा शरारती करना लगे तो बाप को जरा उसको सीधा करना चाहिए यू नो
अच्छे से पिटाई करनी चाहिए.
यस एब्सोल्युटली
अच्छा, have you heard Afridi has told some 2 days back that इंडिया के जो सीनियर प्लेयर्स हैं who are not playing right now, they are retired. They again and again have to prove their Indianness to Indian people that they are Indians. And hence they say that boycott this India Pakistan match. What's your take on that?
डोंट टॉक अबाउट अफरीदी आई हेट अफरीदी आई मीन इतना बकवास करता है सोशल मीडिया में यू नो व्हेन द ऑपरेशन सिंदूर हैपेंड. He was constantly on the social media and trying to criticize India and telling that's not Pakistan and that's not true, this and that. So अफरीदी की बात को मैं ज्यादा महत्व नहीं देना चाहूंगा अमित जी. अफरीदी जो बोलता है वो बोले, लेकिन मेरे को अपने देश के जो क्रिकेटर हैं उनसे शिकायत है. मेरे को शिकायत है तेंदुलकर से, मेरे को शिकायत है द्रविड़ से, मेरे को शिकायत है कुंबले से कि वो इतने बड़े फिगर हैं, इतने पॉपुलर हैं. उन्होंने सोशल मीडिया में आके ये नहीं बोला कि बायकॉट दिस. बट आई एम वेरी वेरी प्राउड ऑफ हरभजन सिंह भज्जी. भज्जी केम स्ट्रांगली एंड ही सेड कोई मैच नहीं, आई बायकॉट दिस मैच. सो आई एम वेरी वेरी प्राउड ऑफ भज्जी. भज्जी पाजी, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮੇਰਾ ਨਮਨ. Thank you for supporting the nation above cricket game.
इनफैक्ट इरफान पठान ने जो है शाहिद अफरीदी को जवाब दिया था और वाकई मेरे दिल से भी वही आवाज़ निकली थी जो इरफान पठान ने बोला था. ही सेड कि अफरीदी हमारे इंडियंस का तो छोड़ो, जब तुम पाकिस्तानी भी पाकिस्तान से बाहर जाते हो ना, चाहे यूएई जाओ, अमेरिका जाओ, कनाडा जाओ, तो तुम भी वहाँ पे जाके यही बोलते हो कि यू आर इंडियन, यू डोंट से यू आर अ पाकिस्तानी. सो यू योरसेल्फ आर ashamed ऑफ बीइंग अ पाकिस्तानी.
True, Amiji, very, very true. I think you just brought this because I myself in Chicago, यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका, कोई भी पाकिस्तानी को इतना गर्व नहीं होता कि वो अपने आप को पाकिस्तानी बोले. इनफैक्ट जब उनको पाकी बोला जाता है तो उनको लगता है कि उनको गाली दी जा रही है. तो मैं इस बात से बिल्कुल सहमत हूँ. यहाँ पे जितने भी रेस्टोरेंट हैं वहाँ पे लिखा है इंडियन रेस्टोरेंट, हम उसके अंदर जाते हैं. disgusting taste, and we know who's behind the counter. So we come to know that it's a Pakistani restaurant or grocery store. But Amit ji, in throughout the West and in the another countries, किसी भी आप ग्रोसरी स्टोर में जाएंगे तो उसमें लिखा होगा बाहर Indian
India.
Pakistan grocery store, because they know if they put only Pakistani, it's gonna shut down. It won't even last a month or two. So that's true. जहाँ पर भी जाते हैं आप देखिएगा जितने भी टैक्सी ड्राइवर हैं आपको पाकिस्तानी मिलेंगे. अगर आप गल्फ कंट्री में जाएंगे तो देख जितने भी भिखारी हैं you will find as a Pakistani. So we as a proud nation, I think we should stop comparing with Pakistan. We have to now. Time has come. We should compare with the nation like China, nation like UK, Germany, and United States of America, Japan. I think we are degrading ourselves
By
comparing with
comparing it.
Pakistan, but it's good to have a little entertainment. For entertainment sake, yes, we can discuss Pakistan. Otherwise, I think it's not in my list to discuss Pakistan anymore. If you want, you and me and your तुम्हारे जो वो हैं viewers, अगर वो थोड़ा entertainment लेना चाहते हैं, then we can discuss Pakistan.
चलो व्यूअर्स, अगर आप लोग कुछ क्वेश्चंस पूछना चाहते हैं तो आप क्वेश्चंस पूछ सकते हैं. Otherwise, we will wrap up this session in another 1 or 2 minutes. So if you want to ask any questions regarding anything geopolitical or tomorrow's cricket match or anything about Pakistan, you can ask us. Otherwise, we will wrap up this session. By the way, it was very nice talking to you, uh, getting your in-depth knowledge about US and Indo-Pak relationship, US relationship with India. It was really having a nice, very, very nice talk with you.
Thank you, Amit ji. आपके श्रोताओं को नमन. एंड और थैंक यू टू यू. आपने मेरे को अपने चैनल पे बुलाया और हमारा वार्तालाप हुआ, एंड आशा करता हूँ कि हम फ्यूचर में भी आपस में वार्तालाप करते रहेंगे. एंड थैंक यू सो मच.
चलिए ठीक है सर, फिर इसी बात पे हम लोग जो है विदा लेते हैं. जल्दी ही फिर मिलेंगे. कोशिश करते हैं नेक्स्ट वीक फिर आके एक बार, अगर ट्रम्प कुछ चेंजेस करता है इंडिया पॉलिसीज को लेके, तो फिर हम लोग एक बार डिस्कशन करेंगे. एक क्वेश्चन आया सर, व्हाट इज योर ओपिनियन ऑन चार्ली किर्क मर्डर दैट हैज हैपेंड? इज दिस द थिंग डन बाय ईरान एजेंसीज एज दे डोंट लाइक डोनाल्ड ट्रम्प?
ये कौन है आपके श्रोता, किसका है?
नीतीश नीतीश सरीन जी हैं.
या नीतीश जी, जो चार्ली कर्क की आपने जो मुद्दा उठाया, लगता है आप बड़े इन्वॉल्व हैं अमेरिकन पॉलिटिक्स में. सबसे पहले तो इस क्वेश्चन के लिए आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, और आपकी इन डेप्थ नॉलेज के लिए भी आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत. अ, तो इसके बारे में मैं बोलना चाहूंगा कि जो चार्ली कर्क इज अ वेरी ही इज अ यंग यूथ. रिपब्लिकन पार्टी के बहुत अच्छी वॉइस थी, एंड मागा के बहुत बड़े अच्छे उनका स्थान था मागा में, जो ट्रम्प के सपोर्टर हैं. और he is a college dropout, but he started his own organization and he got famous, and he is known for his same like a Trump policies. He is anti-immigration, and he's pro-life advocate, and he's a true good heart Republican. There are two parties in the United States of America, Democrats and Republican. These are the two main parties. So he belongs to the Republican Party. He was giving lecture in one of the universities, and when he was giving a lecture, he was being shot by one of the shooter, and we are still uncertain. We are unable to find who that shooter was. But having said that, going back to your question, Charlie Kirk, I don't think there's a foreign hand into it. What Iran going to get killing Charlie Kirk? If Iran going to get something, he will target one of the big leader. Yeah. I'm not saying Charlie Kirk is not a big leader, but not as big of a leader, you know. Yeah. So I would say the gun law in United States are to be blamed of. In United States of America, people like me or anybody, they have a constitutional right to keep a arm in their home. Not only a little pistol, you can have a like a bigger weapons according to the constitution that you can bear a arms to defend yourself. I don't know who to defend from, but that's the law. Okay, so of course, when there's a hatred in the community regarding President Trump, one of the ill element, oh, he came and shoot this guy, Charlie Kirk, and because Charlie Kirk always praised the policy of President Trump, so whoever hate President Trump, I think that shooter came and killed him. And arms and pistols are easily available in American society, so anybody can have it. So I
So
think,
he's asking, is this because of inside politics in America? It looks like
yes,
so.
certainly not the international politics, but the inside politics of United States of America. That's the short answer.
Okay, can it be because of some unidentified gunmen that India sends every now and then to Pakistan? Can it be because of that? Can it be an unidentified gunman?
I won't go to that extent, but Amitji, we need these unidentified men who can go quite often in Pakistan and Canada and several other places. We do need. So keep praying for these unidentified men, especially for the India.
Sir, next question. Uh, Sir, Khalistani supporters is there in America, so why don't Donald Trump is not taking action on them, as Punjab is somehow also suffering?
Um, Amijin, it's not more in United States of America. It's more in Canada. And as far as not locking up Mr. Pannu and take any action against Mr. Pannu, it's just a geopolitical. It's all about politics, you know. You need somebody in a geopolitics. Remember, you need always somebody to put some external pressure to the government of another country. I think Pannu is just like that. He's a Khalistani, and he time comes and deliver the hate speeches कि आज मैं ये वाला प्लेन उड़ा दूंगा आज लाल किले पे ये हमला हो जाएगा but nothing's happening so far. So I don't think they're actively supporting Khalistan, but they are not stopping them as well in the name of free speech. So this is all about some geopolitical pressure on Indian government. It has something to do with that.
So, any more questions, viewers? It's being a long session. It's almost 1 hour and 15 minute session. It doesn't look like one because इतना मजा आ रहा था बात करने में, but सवा घंटे के करीब हो गया है. आई थिंक आपका भी अभी तक ब्रेकफास्ट नहीं होगा. इट्स बीन अर्ली मॉर्निंग इन यूएसए.
And the yes, that's true. And अमित जी किसी और दिन सेशन करते हैं क्योंकि मेरे को अभी कोई दूसरे प्रोग्राम में जाना है तो
या
मेरे को इस प्रोग्राम में बुलाने के लिए आपका हार्दिक धन्यवाद एंड
सर
नितिन
नीतीश जी की तरफ से थैंक्स आ गया है. थैंक्स फॉर हैविंग आंसरिंग माय क्वेश्चंस. लवली हैविंग द आंसर्स फ्रॉम यू.
ओके थैंक यू नीतीश जी आपका क्वेश्चन बहुत प्यारा था और आई होप कि मैं उस क्वेश्चन का जवाब दे पाया थैंक यू नीतीश
चलिए,
थैंक
थैंक यू सर. थैंक्स फॉर बीइंग विद अस. थैंक्स फॉर आंसरिंग ऑल द क्वेश्चंस. थैंक यू.
थैंक्स
वी
फॉर
विल मीट
हैविंग
सून. थैंक यू.